Welcome to the Texas Goat Radio Show. I'm your host, Beartaria. This is part 12 of the 1879 live stream by Owen Benjamin, the certifiable racist, dangerous, predatorial cult leader. Owen Benjamin.
Say what about my pilot? What's a plane? Jesus. What was I just going to say? Yeah, no, fencing is really bad optics. It's really, really bad. What I think we do is get them in their little areas and just make it all consent-based with money. Like, we give them their monies on their phone. We give them like 1,000 Negro bucks a month, but they have to spend it in their little area. And if they leave, they have to have paperwork. It's like that, you know. But fencing is a bad call. I thought about that later because, like, you see fencing and a bunch of fucking black dudes, like, that's, you don't want that. Because I knew that barbed wire is bad. Like, barbed wire looks really bad. You know, like any plantation that I own in the future. And by the way, slavery is already coming back. I'll show you some videos. No fencing, no barbed wire. It's all based on consent, where it's like, yeah, Negro bucks to the moon. Yeah. Negro bucks.
Talking about consent. Oh, man, because there's multiple people that say that I'm taking it out of context. And am I? Maybe, but even because part of me honestly thinks that he was trying to play the devil's advocate, maybe, but he has said so many questionable things that it's a really healthy argument to say that he wasn't. He was just saying whatever he could say to be provocative. And meow. Come here, kitty. And so in the debate or whatever with High Impact Flicks, he said, and so the reason why I'm bringing this up is because he's talking about consent. He said that a 9-year-old could go into a SA contract with a 50-year-old. He said that. Now, whether or not you want to believe that he was being the devil's advocate, whatever, but whenever you're talking about, oh yeah, I want to be a slave owner, but just with consent. I mean, and then you understand the lack of morals and ethics with Owen, and the racism with Owen, and the predatorial behavior of Owen. I mean, where's the line drawn? Obviously, this is just allegedly, right? But I believe that he is racist for sure. I honestly do. The same way that I believe that he is a dangerous predatorial cult leader. For sure. I just wanted to bring that. That's one of the problems that I have with him saying with consent, because he says a lot of questionable things about consent.
Will be a really stable currency, and it will be backed by labor, by the labor of them. And I'm really looking forward to really fixing a lot of problems. Here we go. Let's keep going. No fencing. Equipment to drill wells. We'll crowdfund some electricity cables. And you go fucking... Dude, this is hilarious. So, Louisiana Black Bear, who is a black from Louisiana, said, one of the funniest things about being a bear is Big Bear personally helped me like black people more. I used to hate black people more than I do now. Oh, yeah. No, everything's fucking...
And that's the echo chamber. That's one of the bears. I've heard that that person really is a bear. That person really is black. I mean, it is what it is. That's a grown person, unfortunately, in my opinion, which is pretty meaningless, I would assume, got the bear goggles firmly on their face. And I don't know. It's just a strange thing, because Bowler Bear's half black, and you hear the things that he says to him, that Owen says to him.
Inverted.
But because of the veil of comedy, I guess he's able to just get away with it. Like I said, I'm not against racial humor whatsoever. If it's funny, it's funny. David Lucas was saying some questionably racist stuff the other day, the video that he came out with the other day, and I thought it was pretty funny. It's just a matter of, I guess, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like, the fact that I dropped the hard N is proof that all blacks aren't the hard N. Like, you aren't a criminal.
But he quite literally, the last video that I put out, quoted him whenever he said, whenever I talk about black people, or whenever I say the hard N, the hard R, I am talking about black people. He said that. Whenever he was, I think it was the blank chicken, the hard R chicken, whenever that first came out.
Because you have black skin. You're a criminal because you're a criminal. And that's a hard N. And Chris Rock already did it. Like, we all know that's the truth. And so I won't go along with that shit, man. It's all behavioral. All right, so here we go. This is my dream.
Not to mention, in the live stream, the podcast that he did with Bert Kreischer, and he talked about the only time that he's ever used the N-word on stage, it was after this other dude used it and crushed, killed, whatever, however you want to say it. And believe it or not, shortly after that's whenever he started saying it excessively. That dude got so many laughs that Owen said, that dude got so many laughs that whenever I came out on stage, I did about 5 minutes of, I just adopted a dog, whatever, and they were still laughing at that dude's jokes. He acknowledged that they weren't even laughing at his, they were still laughing at the other guys. I want to say it was Roy something Jr.
Be free. You go start your own thing. We tried sending them back to Africa. They've been bitching for a while. It just got way worse after Roots came out. A Jewish vision of the American history. It's insane. Guys, slavery was better than how they currently live. Like they had a disciplined life. They like ate well, slept well, worked outside. They were more creative. You know, it's just like the fact that you just constantly think that you're owed something because of your picking cotton.
Not unlike Owen feeling like he's owed something because he gets on the internet for an hour to 3 hours a day, incoherently rambling, saying the N-word excessively, and talking about how horrible of a victim he is, and then cusses out his bears, the cult members, for not giving him enough money. He's such a hypocrite. The dangerous predatorial cult leader is a hypocrite because that's one of the things. You tell somebody not to do something that you do yourself. For picking cotton? Well, you get on the internet and play the piano a little bit while just berating everybody and trying to pick fights in order to stay relevant.
There's nothing lower on the like you can train a fucking dog to do that. The dog can just get sleepy. It's so easy. Oh, how dare you? Just go be free. I will talk to some people. I think we can give you Detroit and southern Louisiana here, middle and northern.
He acts as though he has any kind of power. I'm going to go talk to some people. I bet we can give you Detroit. And he's not joking. You might say that he is, but he's not, man. He really isn't. He is genuinely racist. He is. And he uses the mask of comedian in order to say the things that he says. In order to what? Get money. Because he knows that there are, in fact, racists, true racists that listen to him. In order to scratch that itch. That racist little itch that they've got.
Louisiana's have some stuff. And then we just start financially encouraging using Kit Kats and fat women to get all the blacks to these two areas because you got your northern blacks, which is odd because you guys are not happy in the north. That's why you crunk so much crack because you have the vitamin D problem. But you guys can have Detroit, go be free. All right, we take your American passports because I mean, aren't you sick of just the colonizers oppressing you with our running water and infinite food? So you go be fucking free. Right? And we can, and then
that's another contradiction. Our infinite food, he's already said nothing is finite. Right? Everything's got an end. Is that what that means? I might be confused. I'm kind of dumb. That Joe Rogan and Alex Jones. Joe, I'm kind of retarded. Sometimes I am.
And we'll give you a huge amount of area. Oh, sounds like slavery to me. They almost think like everything that isn't free shit is slavery. Do you know how many whites in America have not gotten jobs because a black with half the SAT score wanted it? Because they have these like diversity and inclusion and equity.
Okay. So even talking about this where he could have had a valid point a little bit, there's one person that is discriminated against more than any other race whenever it comes to college and jobs. And it's, well, I don't want to say jobs. So I guess I don't know. Colleges for sure. I'm not too sure about jobs, but Asian people. The studies that I've read, the things that I've read, clearly said that the most discriminated against with affirmative action is Asian people. But that could just be colleges. I'm not too sure.
Things where they have to hire enough fucking blacks. And that's why there's a problem. Because it's not...
Oh, that's why he said at the beginning of this, hey, I'm about to play you something, but don't think that I'm saying, woe me because I'm a white person. Which that's exactly what it sounds like. And he had to give that little disclaimer because he is a preacher of not only vulgarity or his own perverted gospel, but he is also a preacher of victimhood, victim consciousness. He is the perpetual victim. And it's a kind of a confusing thing with the Bears because he wants them to be victims, but he also wants them to blame themselves or not be victims. It's a very layered thing to be a bear. And I think that's by design. He intentionally confuses people.
Fair. Other countries, you would not believe what's happening in America with race. It's like people's entire livelihood is being ruined because they need more gay fucking blacks. Okay, real quick, you can always compete. I don't want to promote white victim consciousness. No one can destroy your livelihood. Everything's a choice. If they tell you...
Oh, nobody can destroy your livelihood. Except for whenever he's pissed off at the Gamma Hive over in Reddit. They're trying to destroy my livelihood. It's so bizarre that he is so detached from reality that there's no consistency with any kind of point that he ever tries to make. He just said nobody can destroy your livelihood, which means you're the only one that can destroy your livelihood because nobody else can. So it's just you, unless it makes sense for him to be the victim. He's not preaching victimhood, victim consciousness, unless it's him that needs to be the victim. What was it, yesterday's stream, whenever he spent the first 30 minutes talking about how he thought his dad died, so he told his children that his dad died, and then he had to tell his children that his dad didn't die, which was bizarre. Who does that? And then spent the whole time bad-mouthing his dad, talking about, I'm not telling you this so that you think I'm a victim. I'm telling you this just in case somebody wants to bond over this. And then proceeds to tell the world how he was the victim. And proceeded to say some very questionable things. And then compare himself to Sean Strickland. And I don't know, it was a very bizarre live stream. I feel like I've been all over the place in this one. I have, because my cat's been distracting me. Oh, that'd be cool if y'all could have heard that. Little meow.
Can't work there because you're too white. Compete with them. Crush them. Okay? I just want to make sure because I'm getting a little pissed off thinking about...
Try to see if y'all could hear the purrs.
But it's it really is an opportunity. It's just like what happened to me without what. And one reason why they overpay the blacks, why like a crunkin' NFL guy will get like $400 million is because they know in 5 years it's all gone. They might as well just use it to stimulate the economy. Because somebody recently was like, why are athletes' salaries so high? Do you guys want to know the secret? It's quantitative easing. It's one of the easiest ways to boost the economy is give it to black people. Okay, I was telling my buddy today, he was like, my buddy's working on the Barndominium. He's like, I was watching this with my wife, and this guy got $400 million. And I know it'll be gone in 5 years because they always end up broke. He goes, $1 million, I'm good for like 10 years. I go, dude, that's why. You know, like the Germanic types, I'm not even saying whites because there's some fucking hard-end whites of the Mediterraneans, some of the Slavs. But when you're looking at the Germanic, some of the Anglos, we naturally hoard.
All right, so this, I think I'm all over the place because it's just really hard to pay attention to him talking about just, he's a dangerous predatorial cult leader who ran a scam in the 2020s, in 2020. Anyways, this is the Texas Goat Radio Show. Owen Benjamin is racist, in my opinion. He is a dangerous predatorial cult leader. As always, till next time.